Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a surprise hangout. This would normally be our Betwixt content on Wednesday, but because of the work schedules, we're doing it on Tuesday, so you still get it. It's just randomly on Tuesday. Whoa, surprise.
Surprise!
Boo! I posed to Gretchen that maybe one of the things that we could discuss is this phenomena that has been sort of slowly circulating around Booktube, especially among a couple of the big YA booktubers, or people who used to be some of the big YA booktubers, let's say. I know that a while ago, Katie Tastic posted a video wherein she talked about a tag that she saw that someone had created because they had stopped making YouTube videos and wanted to make a way to talk about it, and they decided that a tag format would sort of lighten that up without it being like a really depressing sort of video. And Katie Tastic wanted to do the tag and discuss her own issues. And then I know that Ariel Bissett also made a similar video where she discussed her tastes in books changing, and because of that, losing a lot of the views that she used to get when she would do a lot of YA content, and how that kind of scared her, because then she would need to be making content that lived up to her audience, what her audience wanted to see, but wasn't necessarily in line with what she wanted to make or what she was actually reading. Anybody that has been watching our channel for a while knows that both of us struggle to maintain a consistent schedule and make videos consistently, not because we don't like doing this or because we have issues with YouTube or blogging or whatever it is that we're doing. For both of us, usually the reason is life got in the way or my mental health got in the way, but it seems that it's a larger issue and is spreading throughout the community. As we are not big YouTubers, we can't really be like, we don't want to make content because it's not going to get the same amount of views as other content, because we're only going to get 10 views anyway, but we can still talk about similar issues and things like that. And I mean, we do still struggle with wondering whether posting content that we actually are excited about, or talking about the books we're actually reading, will actually get any views at all. I know that you've been struggling with that lately, Gretchen.
Yeah, so I generally hold down the fort as reading a lot of YA, which is just where a lot of views come from in general in the YouTube community. It's very big for YA. And so, I did a review of Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas last year, and it got over 1,000 views within a couple of weeks, and I was like, woohoo, helping us hit the big time. And I was really proud of that. But and that's been part of my fear of I've been reading a lot of nonfiction lately and historical fiction, and I just finished another nonfiction book, and it's my 6th or something this year, and I think I've just done 1 or 2 reviews on them because I just sit there and go, well, who will care about this? I'm the YA person. I need to be doing my YA content to help Michaela and I get anywhere in the YouTubes. And I was literally, I got a couple of really big YA releases the day they came out. I had my pre-orders in, including but not limited to Cassandra Clare's latest book. And I was literally holding it in my hand going, okay, if I can read this now, if I can make my review now, it's a really good time. It'll get more views than we usually get, maybe propel us elsewhere into more people's view. And then I just put it down because it was just I don't want to read this right now, not because I don't like Cassandra Clare anymore, but just because I'm on a nonfiction kick. I want to be watching historical documentaries, and I don't know why I felt I had to hide it from the YouTube channel, or if it wasn't good enough. But I was like, oh no, I'm I do the YA thing. I can't no one's gonna care. And I mean, again, we aren't that big time, but there's still that you don't even get 10 views on a video, and you're like, oh, Okay.
Let me go hide in the corner.
Yeah, that's my my what makes good historical fiction video went up on Monday. It has 8 views so far.
One of them's me.
Hey, thanks. So yeah, it's just like, okay, like I'll go take my history and I'll hide over here. I'll take it to the corner. But at the same time, like my review of Catherine the Great got like actually like a good amount of response for us, and I was like, hey. So I don't know. I don't want to feel like what I'm reading isn't good enough for the channel, because that's real dumb. Because I'm not going to stop reading it because that's what I'm into.
I hear myself.
Oh, hang on. Keep talking. I'm going to get my headphones.
Oh, okay. I never really had that issue because the books that I read are pretty consistently not popular titles on Booktube. That's not to say that there aren't people who enjoy reading literary fiction or middle grade fiction or horror or whatever it is that I'm reading at the moment. It's just that the big thing on YouTube is YA, and I don't read very much of that. So any video I make, I already have the caveat of like, if I get 50 views, that's fucking awesome, but like I know I'm gonna get like 8, and I'm fine with that because I'm not making the videos to get a lot of views. I would love for people to come and talk about books with me. That's really why I'm making them, but I also don't have to worry about that pressure of like, maybe this video will be the video that like a lot of people will see because it's something that they're searching for and clickbaiting. But I have also had the phenomena where I'm like, I'm going to make a review about a random Chinese science fiction book, and then it gets like 1 million views, and I'm not 1 million, we're not that big, but it gets a lot of views for us, and I'm super confused. And part of it is possibly that because there are so few of them, like people talking about it, it means that anybody that is looking for it is going to be like funneled into our channel. But at the same time, it could be the exact opposite, and that nobody's looking for it, and therefore it just sits there forever on the channel. Oh goodness. I did mention that our biggest struggle was mental health, and Katie Tastic mentioned that it was her mental health that was really making it difficult for her to make videos. I know for me personally, when I am very like depressed, I tend not to read. 1, it's difficult to make book videos when you're not reading. 2,
no,
even if I am reading, I'm like super tired and just want to sleep or do something that doesn't require me to think or put a whole lot of energy into. So I'm not going to take the time to set up my camera, talk at the camera, to hopefully say something that's worth listening to, then sit and listen to myself say that thing that may or may not be worth listening to over and over and over again, to edit it and then upload it. It takes it's this hobby, as because it is a hobby, is a very time consuming and energy consuming hobby. It's not like coloring. It's like, I love coloring, but coloring does not take the same amount of mental energy and like dedication that this does. And there's some people out there that are being like, you're not coloring right.
Well, and also like, and part of fearing that no one's going to watch your videos is really connected to mental health too, because like it doesn't matter what you're actually doing it for. I think at the end of the day we're both doing it because we love it, but like if you're in a really bad place mentally and you're sitting there like talking, listening to yourself like say dumb things, or you know what I mean, or what you think are dumb things, and then you're just like second guessing yourself and like, oh my god, I look terrible in this video, oh my god, what is my voice, like oh my god, why am I saying these dumb things that nobody will care about? And you just like, you second guess yourself and you second guess yourself, and creating the video actually takes like more out of you than like what it gives back. Because I know that like, especially as we aren't making as many videos, and like when I do go to make them, I go to edit it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm babbling. I need way more cuts than I did when we were doing them consistently, because like I lose my train of thought, or you know, I don't have what I was going to say as planned out, because like when I feel the urge to do it, I'm like, okay, I just have to do this now before I like lose it. And then I'm all over the place, and then like editing becomes even more of a hassle because like I'm not doing as good of a job as I normally do, and it's just like this cycle that just makes you want to do it less sometimes.
And I don't want to sound conceited, but when we were doing this consistently last year, when we had videos coming out almost every single day, like literally something was coming out almost every single day, a lot of what we were making, I didn't mind editing because I liked watching it. And I would even sometimes, once it was up, go back and watch it again because I was like, we're saying important things and I'm proud of this. And like, I'm looking at it and going, I'm still proud of this. I'm enjoying what we're saying. And I'm like, proud of that. And for a while, the videos I was making, I didn't want to watch again. I basically was like, okay, phew, I finished one here. I'm going to put it up. That way, at least there's some sort of content on the channel. But it wasn't something that I was proud of, and it wasn't something that I felt was meaningful. It was just me trying to hit a deadline, basically. And that's not what I want to do. And one of the things that I had mentioned to Gretchen when we were trying to start the channel up again is that I'm very much an artistic and creative person, and if I do not feel like I'm pushing stuff or like trying to do something interesting and fun and enjoying it in that way, I get bored with it so fast, and then I don't want to do it anymore. And I didn't want that to happen with YouTube, not just because I really enjoy the interactions that we have, but also because like there's so much potential. There's so much potential for what it could be and what I would like it to be. And just making bland content because I need to hit the deadline makes it worse for me. Like, I don't feel like it's worthwhile in the same way that you're like editing it is difficult. In the same way, I'm like, I'm just doing this like a robot, and it's not something I'm enjoying making. It's not something I would want to watch. So why even do it?
And I mean, we were talking about, when we were trying to plan out content, like, trying to do it month by month and like talking like, okay, like, do we do another tag? Do we do another this? Do we do another that? Like there, a lot of people get content off or get views off of book hauls. Like, I mean, but like, and then you sit there and you say, and there's this book and there's this book, and like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just that after you've made like a bunch or, or like a bunch of tags, like you just, like they're great filler content in a way, but that too starts to feel like, why am I not doing something creative? Like there has to be something else that I can be doing. And like obviously the reviews are important, but you also can't do like, if you're trying to do as many videos as we are, which is basically 3 a week, me on Monday, both of us on Wednesday, and Michaela on Friday, like you can't just be doing reviews, or that you get burnt out on that too. Like you want to say something else or do something else, or at least like not stare at your face talking for 10 minutes because you're like, oh my god, that zit hasn't gone away in like 2 weeks.
Oh god. Ugh. And there is a thing to that of like falling into a formula. I had less of an issue with it when we were actually making way more content, because even though one of the things that we made every single week was a wrap up, the stuff that was around that wrap up was a whole lot more. We were very much doing all sorts of interesting things that we were very passionate about. And it wasn't just like, well, we need to make a video, so I guess we can do a tag because that's easy. Or I guess we can do a book haul because I bought some books and that's what you do. We're not ones for TBRs really, but that's a big thing on BookTube of like filler content of the TBR. Neither of us
failed.
No. Neither of us can stick to TBRs, and I wouldn't want to. That's real boring. I wouldn't want to like schedule myself out like that. But yeah, there comes a point where you're no longer making like decisions because you're passionate about it. You're making videos that are consistent, that either are guaranteed views, like a book haul. Most of the time, some of the most popular videos in BookTube are those book hauls because people watch to see the new stuff and the stuff that their particular booktuber of choice is interested in, which I kind of want to make a video on, where we discuss how BookTube sort of becomes a like echo chamber of like one person recommending something and then everybody else is reading it and talking about it, and how that actually kind of annoys me, that I don't want to listen to a bunch of different people talk about the same book. I'd rather listen to a bunch of different people talk about a bunch of different books that I might have never heard of. But that's another video for another day. But still, that like want to make popular content or want to just make any content over making what you are passionate about or what would be good content in that way.
Yeah, because like, and I mean, as much as we talk about, you know, obviously we're here to talk about what we're passionate about and here to like talk about the books that we love and what we love and like interact with people. Like, I mean, we're on YouTube. We aren't just talking to each other about them. So obviously there's always that component of like, hello, and like knocking on the door of like wanting more followers. And like, we've been doing this for how long? And we just topped 200. And like, that's a really big deal for us. And I don't know, it's kind of awesome in a way to have like 200 followers, like on the level we've been doing it, because I love every single one of our 209 followers so much. Like every single one of them means so much to me, even if like they've never commented on a video. I'm like, hey, hi, because I know all of them can't be people that I've asked to follow the channel. And some of them are really,
Hi, Josh, by the way.
Like, I mean, that's what I mean. That one person, like Josh from Literary Gladiator, sorry, like he will comment on so many of our videos, and like even if I feel like every video is just Josh leaving like this super thoughtful and wonderful comment, like that's what I like. Like the fact that I just, Josh, we adore you. In case you ever watch this, like you make us so happy. Just because like that, those people who care. Like, and that's why you do it. You don't do it for like maybe the number, but you do it for the quality. But at the same time, in the back of your head, there's always just like, you know, why can't we get like one new follower a week? Like, why does no one love us? Because I mean, again, we're here to talk about it, but we're also on YouTube. We're not just like in a book club.
Right. There's a like, one of the things that is maybe both stifling in the YouTube community and also very motivating is that there is that like trackable level of success almost. I don't want to say success, but like getting subscribers or getting views that grow and grow and grow is like an attainable goal. And it's like something that you want to work for. And while you and I are never going to be people that are like, I need to get 1 million subscribers before I turn 30. Or even really that we need to be like every video needs to have consistently 100 views. There is a thing where like we get excited when we got over 200 subscribers because it meant that 200 people at some point said that we were worth like maybe having their video pop up on their YouTube homepage, that they wanted to hear more from us. And it's not like an ego thing of like, oh yeah, they like us. But it means that there's a possibility that whoever that person is will add something more to the conversation that we're throwing out into the void, essentially.
And part of that is really awesome too to think about that, because like our channel has been over the years such a hodgepodge of like, you know, I mean, half the reason Michaela and I work so well is because we are so different, but at the same time, that means that our channel is like always so different. And like the videos that we make is just like, I'm over here like, YA, and Michaela's like, literary fiction, and then I go nonfiction, and Michaela's like, kids books. And it's just like, there's no trackable like thing, you know, we can appeal to everybody, but in that way we also feel like sometimes we appeal to nobody,
because we're turning off, like if somebody subscribed just for Gretchen's YA videos and Gretchen doesn't make a YA video and they have to listen to me talk about kids books and they're like, this isn't what I came here for, and they're just gonna peace out. Like we don't have that consistency, but we've never had that consistency, so at least we can say our channel is a mess, but it's predictably a mess. What's gonna happen next? Super mystery.
Betwixt the books, more like betwixt the hump.
Huh? Are they even talking about books anymore? When did this become a dance channel?
we don't know what we're doing. But the thing, I mean, we've always been honest about that. We don't know what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, and yet still, even though we don't know what they're doing, like I still get that, like, oh my God, like what if there are people who are here for like the YA videos that I put up, and then I'm like, peace out, I'm only reading nonfiction, and they're like, you are worthless to me now. And so, but then instead of just like making any videos, I make nothing because I don't want to, like, there's nothing more distressing, especially with like, again, how much like each follower means to us. Is like me posting a video and then we lose a subscriber. Like I feel like personally responsible for that. And it's like, I mean, you know, I can't stop them if that's how they feel. Maybe it has nothing to do with the particular video I posted. Like, but like, I mean, you're just like, oh, I guess not. Never mind. Sorry, bye. And like, and then I do it again. Like, oh my God, if I hadn't made this about historical fiction, if I made it about YA, would people care? Like, how do I do something that people care about? Because I don't even like this video, and I don't want to see my face. And you just like
spirals.
You're just in a hole.
Yeah. The other thing to think about, which is the last thing that I have on my list of like the talking points that we discussed similarly, is that this isn't our job. This is a hobby. And like we mentioned this, so there's nobody who is really holding us to doing this other than ourselves. And we want to do it for ourselves, for our subscribers, for people like Josh, who we know like want to watch our videos no matter what it is. Literally, he'll watch whatever we do, and really that still amazes us. Like, Josh, you're a wonderful person. We'll never get over that. I completely understand it if people are turned off by the fact that our channel is such a hodgepodge mess, that there's videos of us talking for an hour about one book with 3 people who have completely different opinions on it, and then there's also videos that could be super like YouTube mainstream content, and that's difficult to put together and piece together in the same way. But again, this is just us doing something that we love. This is our hobby. It's what we want to do in our spare time. And because it isn't a job and we don't have to do it a certain way, it also means that we're the only ones responsible for doing it, which means that when you feel overwhelmed and when you feel like making a video is a chore, you're not going to do it. Just not.
And I mean, I think that's like, it's so simple to say when like we make this video, we're discussing it. And I think that it just has to be something that we get better about remembering.
Yeah.
Because like I had to have a whole conversation with you, and I'm going to have a series of books coming up about books to documentaries. And like a lot of the nonfiction books that I've been reading are then translated to documentaries, done usually by the BBC. And I had actually gone to Michaela and I was like, you know, I have a lot of thoughts about how these books are translated to their documentaries, and what information they choose to leave and how they choose to present the information in these different formats based on like what they feel like the viewers actually are going to be, or the consumers. But like, and I have all these thoughts, and Michaela was like, well, then just make the videos. And I was like, but no one will care. And you know, it's just like, well, I care.
Yeah, make the content you want to watch. Make the content you want to watch. If other people don't want to watch it, fuck them. That's their problem.
They don't have to.
They don't have to. We're not here to get rich and famous. Like, if we get rich and famous, that's cool. I can open my bookstore I want to open. But like, that's not why we're here. We're here because we love it, and we love the people who love it. We love talking with people who love books, and we want to present the ideas that we have to see if other people agree, and if they disagree, why, so that we can have those discussions. That's what we love about it, is that people can look at the same thing and have such different opinions. That's what our channel is, and that's what it was founded on. And well, that is not mainstream and definitely not going to get us millions of views and subscribers and a golden play button or whatever. We are not PewDiePie, unfortunately. That's what we're doing wrong. We need to turn into PewDiePie.
Well, I mean, on the same thing though, like if I'm going to be making my like crazy nonfiction things, you have to go back to making your artsy videos too, and like doing what you love.
I made that like one super tiny artsy video of the announcement that Taylor and I were going to discuss We the Drowned, and it got a dislike immediately, and I was like, what the fuck? This video is a minute. It's not even like it's not even a waste of your time. And no comment to tell me why you disliked it. Please tell me. Was it my awful dancing? Because then fine, that's fine. But rude.
I think your little tiny book haul got that too. Like you posted that like
Oh, one second. I'm live streaming with Gretchen. I will go. I know. That was my aunt.
Hi,
Continue.
As a little tiny like 30-second haul you did that one time that got like 2 dislikes, so it was just like, hello.
I was like,
Would you like to leave a comment as to why?
and not only that, that was because I was tired of the book haul formula. It's difficult to talk about books that you haven't read. And aside from being like, I bought this, look how rich I am, I was like, no, I just want to be like, these are things that I'm interested in. And you don't need me to sit there talking at you for 30 minutes. You literally just need to see the titles. And I'd rather do that with like an interesting, cute little video than something else. If you have not seen my Try a Chapter tag, that one is maybe my favorite of the like artsy type of video I tried to make. I was really proud of that. I worked really hard on that one, and that one's I think the first one that I did. So yes, I will try and do more artsy videos. The problem with the artsy videos is that they take more time because there's a lot of editing involved, and I also need to plan them better. So like I need to make sure that I know what I'm trying to make as I'm filming it, which is not necessarily the case when it's just me sitting in front of a camera. Like me talking to a camera is like doesn't require as much advanced planning as me making a video where I have to like set the shot and do everything that I want to do, right?
Yeah, but if that's what you love more, like I'm sitting here, I was literally rewatching a documentary series tonight because I was like, I just finished the book, and I'm like, tee hee hee, I'm gonna make my documentary video, and I have like 4 planned. I'm not even joking. I'm like rolling in the nonfiction, watching too much YouTube documentary. Thanks, BBC. I'm like obsessed. But I mean, again, like I didn't expect my Catherine the Great review to get as many views as it did. And then I was like, huh? Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. And it wasn't, again, it's like, we don't get like tons and tons of views, but we get lucky when we top like 20 views on something. And I think it was like at 30. I'm going to check this out after we go offline, and I'm going to find out that there really are only 10 videos on it. And I like dreamt this, or 10 views on it, and I dreamt the entire thing. But it's fine. I feel proud right now.
All right. I think we're about to come up on the half-hour mark, and we usually try to keep these discussions at about half an hour because, like, 1, we go longer than that, and we know that we're just rambling at you, and 2, we also know that nobody wants to sit and listen to 2 people talk on YouTube for much longer than that. We're already pushing it. Most people want a 10-minute video. YouTube tells us that the like proper time is a 10-minute video, and we never ever abide by that ever. Hashtag breaking the rules.
And speaking of, next week on the 28th, we will be doing our hour-long book club discussion on The Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by someone whose name I forget. But
Caitlin Doherty.
Thank you. Speaking of us reading more nonfiction, we wanted to switch up the Bibliomancer for Beginners format a little bit and choose a round of picks specifically that were nonfiction. So Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is Michaela's pick, followed by my pick, which is On Writing by Stephen King. And then Taylor's pick, I've forgotten.
Dead Mountain, which is
Dead Mountain.
True crime.
Yeah, so we're going to do something different. We've never done nonfiction before in the, 5 years we've been doing this now?
True.
So,
and what's
we're really excited.
Interesting is that I think that all of us, although I don't know if you care about Taylor's pick, all of us are excited about all of the books. Like, there's, like...
I never care about Taylor's pick.
Fair. But
That's not true. I'm excited.
Taylor and I both like true crime, so we're all like, it's weird that though all of us are very much, for the most part, fiction readers and stand by that and like identify as that, we do all enjoy our own variation of nonfiction and are kind of excited to try something new.
I think this is one of the first cycles in a while where like all 3 books, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Like usually, like, you know, I have some reservations about either like your pick or Taylor's pick. And I'm like, I'm not gonna like that. But like this time, I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. And I don't know if it's just because like I'm like, nonfiction is what I can actually read right now, not 900-page like translated behemoths.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't even say thanks, Taylor, because I had us do that last fall. Same.
Same. Taylor just does it more often. Remember Captain Blue Bear?
Yes. Yep. Also, remember Possession by A.S. Byatt.
I wasn't in that one.
I know. Taylor likes big books, friends. If you did not know.
Taylor likes big books and he cannot lie. We should go out there.
Yes. Thank you for joining us if you joined us. If you did not join us for the live show, thank you for watching anyway. If you made your way all the way through this video to this point, looking at you, Josh, write down in the comments below what you love most about Booktube, because we've been not negative about Booktube, but discussing some of the hardships that follow Booktubers. So I want people to discuss in the comments the things that they love about it. Anything you want other people to discuss, Gretchen?
Nope. I think that you said that all really well. And again, if you were watching this, remember that we care very deeply about that, because like every single person means a lot to us. And then if you watch this afterward, again, even if you didn't make it all this way and you won't hear what I'm saying right now, thank you. Thank you for caring at least like for 10 minutes. Sometimes that's all I can put up with me either. And yeah, be prepared for more weird and erratic content, because we know what we are.
We're self-aware enough.
We're aware.
Don't worry, we know. You
know.
Don't need to tell us. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.